Hello and good morning everyone. This is Sorare Viking. I'm back on YouTube making a new video on English this time. So like and subscribe. This video I will go through Eliteserien, the Norwegian league, who has a lot of games this summer. Many of people are looking to MLS when they buy cards for the summer, and some maybe don't see the potential in the Eliteserien, and they also have like 4 game weeks where they are the only league in you can play them in the European Challenger. So it might be very nice to have some cards from this league. I myself have stacked up with some, and yesterday I bought the Andre Hansen rare goalkeeper from Rosenborg. Rosenborg have not played very well, but I think the train has started, and they will come later on this season and be better and better. So here are some cards I want to play this summer. I'm not too sure if I maybe will offload some and sell when there's a hype, but I'm at least gonna play in the European Challenger. I want to play a limited and a rare squad, so it's one of few chances I have to be on the podium, so I'll take that. Maybe if I get some more super rares, I'll play the Challenger Pro. So let's see. So I'm gonna go through the teams. Let's start up with Rosenborg. So they haven't been very well. They won the last game 1-0 against Haugesund, but you can see 9 points after 8 games is not very good. They haven't scored a lot of goals that due to injuries up front. They have like Ole Sæter and Carlo Holse injured for the start of this season, so yeah, they suffered a lot from that. Defensively, they have been quite good, with some okay scores, but generally this team hasn't performed well. But I think this summer they will do better, and we'll see. So Andre Hansen, I have to say, is one of the 2 goalkeepers from the Eliteserien, and like you can see from this start here, he has averaged below 50, I think, so that's not very good. His L5 is 37, L15 41, so it makes him a very good capped goalkeeper. So Andre Hansen is the one to go for if you want a goalkeeper. The other one is Isak Pettersen at Stabæk. We can look at him a bit later. From this squad, I can tell that Hansen is nailed for this season. Ulrik Jensen, who has played very well actually and got some nice scores, and his AA scores, like you can see, are better, and at some points he's scored 23, and last game 30 all-around scores, so he would be the budget defender, I think, in your team, with stacked up with Andre Hansen. He's also pretty nailed on, just missed 1 game. This is 2 games where he was benched and had a small injury, so that's the reason. Rogers also played the most of the games. He has some goal threatening in him, but we haven't seen that yet this season, so it may come later on. You can see he has some goals. Scores are also decent. So Sam Rogers, Ulrik Jensen are pretty nailed on, and together with Henriksen right now, they are the back three. They have two wingbacks, and Erlend Reitan has been center defender and played for the right wing here, and done some have done some good scores. The last games when he played like the right wingback, he had some quite offensive threats, so it's gonna be interesting. I bought his super rare, so I think he's pretty nailed on this team. So Reitan, Rogers, and Jensen would be the picks in defense if you're going for the budget players. Tagset had a decent game where he scored 100 last game, but yeah, it's more rare than often than that he plays, and he will rotate with Andreas Pereira as well. So other players in this team are not very interesting. All are rotation risk. Ingarsson and Nelson haven't found any form yet. If we go and see the team, only two other to consider is Kalle Holse and Ole Sæter, and they are back in training. They had a setback now, but I think they will be good for this summer. So now is the time to buy them if you want to buy them cheap. So when they come back, I think Rosenborg will be a good team. Over to the best team in the league is Bodø/Glimt. They are smashing it. No one has a chance against them, and there's only one player who aren't covered on Sorare, and that's Bjørkan. Fredrik Bjørkan played in Hertha and Feyenoord. Didn't have much game time, so when he came back, we knew his average score would go and be above 60, but these scores he made recently are higher than expectation, so higher than we expected, but he's the really absolutely best option if you want to buy a defender, but the price also reflects on that. I think there are not many cards either, so you have to pay around $40 to $50 to get him like a rare. Limited card now, and the rares are around 200. That's the option I want to tell you is the best for the defensive stack. The second best defender on the platform would be Linnes at Molde. Really offensive threat all the games. He only got rare cards, so be aware of that. He had done some decent scores this the start of this season. His rare card is around $190 to $200, so if you're playing rare, he's the one to consider. If you got Hansen, Linnes, and Bjørkan for your lineup, you're pretty much up for the podium. So that's the second defender from Molde that I would consider. Let's see the rest of the teams. Viking had some good form recently. They have only one player, the Birki Bjarnason. He's a cheap option, as you can see, and got more and more game time. He scored when he came in, and you see he's not far away from a start. I think he had an injury setback, but came back and scored in his first match after the injury, and then 31 and 45 minutes, so he's not far away from starting games right now. So an option in the midfield to consider. Next team is Brann, who just won the National Cup and are in really in great form. They have only Fredrik Børsting for now, who is playing, but he's also coming from the bench. Rotation risk, like Wassenberg and Costa are getting minutes from him, so I would not play him. So next team, you should consider Lundqvist. He plays as a forward, have had some good games recently, and are goal threatening, had a lot of shots in the bar, and yeah, they have Sarpsborg also has good fixtures this summer, so I'm gonna bring in some more Ramon Lundqvist for this summer, and he will be my rare midfielder option. Tibbling is not that great. He has only rare cards, and his scores haven't been too much this season, so yeah, I would consider him right now. Lillestrøm is also a good team. They have only Ibrahimai playing. He has not done great so far this season. Not score above 47. Maybe it will come, but you see his game time is also limited now, and his price is way too high, so I don't consider him either. Although it's a great team, great form, but that's most the other players who are doing it on that team. So Stabæk, like I told you, has some interesting players. Kasper Høeg is my forward option on my European Challenger team. He has scored 3 times for now, and he's the main man up front at Stabæk. And if they don't want to get relegated, he has to do the scoring for the team, and he does by now. His price has gone quite up the last months. I bought his rare at $45, and that's pretty cheap. Last one sold at 162. So he's the one to go for. They brought in this German defender as well, but he hasn't been playing that consistent, so I don't consider him either. Isaac Pedersen is the other goalkeeper at Sorare at Eliteserien, so his prices are around 40 for the limited, and the rare prices I don't think you can get under 600 right now. Let's see at the market. Oh, no cards for sale, so they are hard to get. There are only 11 cards, so really hard. So I think Andre Hansen would be the best option for you. Molde Vålerenga. Oh, it's a team hasn't. Yeah, maybe they're finding their form right now, but well, the players to consider is Bjørdal in the midfield. He has done some really great scores lately, but he don't have limited cards, and his rare is going for 300, so it's hard to get on this guy. I would love to have him, but yeah, it's way too expensive. Strandberg and Jøklerud, also players to consider. they're playing regularly, and are some options for this summer if you want to go for Vålerenga. I'm not convinced that Vålerenga has found their form yet. Juklerud did score 100 the last game week and played really well, but you see the scores before, and they're really a rotation risk at his place, so I'm not too sure about him. They also have Hedenstad, who's injured right now. He is on set pieces and can bring some good scores. So he's the one to consider. His price isn't that crazy either. So one to consider if you're backing Vålerenga, but Juklerud is rotation risk with Suta. Next team is Odd. They have I see one option if you want to go with Odd, a cheap defensive option, Sondre Johansen, but he has been injured lately. He's back in training, got subbed down, so he will be back. You can see he has potential to do some great scores, but Odd didn't conceive many goals by now, so goals conceded 6 in 8 games, and goals scored 5, so they're really struggling to find the goal, but defensively they have been very good, and 3 of the goals came last game, so they had maybe the 6 first games without conceding any goal, so defensively he could be a good option. Rosenborg we have seen through, Strømsgodset nothing interesting, Sandefjord nothing interesting, Haugesund nothing interesting, HamKam nothing interesting. Ålesund is the last game we can check. They haven't had a really bad start, but did beat Molde now in this local derby at 16th May. That's the national day of football here in Norway, so there's always some crazy scores, and the home teams have a lot of momentum, and like you see, Ålesund, last team on the table, did beat Molde, who won the league last year. So 2 players to consider here is Jakobsen, has not really found his form yet, but picking up some starting time right now. He can be one dark horse. I'll look at his prices, like $3 and $35 for his rare. He can be a dark horse for the summer if he continues to get the game time. They sacked their trainer, so we don't know what's happening there. And Atanga scored 2 last game. He has shown before that he can find the goal, so his 80 score, what he did is his best ever at Sorare, so I don't think you can think that will be many of those scores in the future, but like you can see, he's a forward, has some forward cards for $5 and around 70 for his rares. He's a man to consider for this summer, but you see, Tromsø at home is a good fixture. Rosenborg, HamKam away is a good fixture, so maybe. So that was me going through the players who you can consider for this summer if you're going to build some European Challenger team, where Eliteserien is the only league covered for, I think, 4 game weeks. If you like this video, hit the like button again, and comment if you need anything. Follow me on Twitter, and good luck all. See you soon.